Ever thought about why learning English can be such a daunting task? It's a language teeming with complexities, from its irregularities to its vast vocabulary. Think about it: idioms that baffle the mind, pronunciation that ties the tongue, and grammar rules that can feel like a maze. It's a common struggle, and you're certainly not alone. But here's the good news. As intimidating as it may appear, learning English can be broken down into manageable steps. But fear not. As daunting as it may seem, learning English can be broken down into manageable steps. So how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's exactly how you should approach learning English. Now let's break it down into digestible chunks. The first step is understanding the basics. Get familiar with the English alphabet. 26 letters, each with an uppercase and a lowercase version. Start recognizing these letters and the sounds they make. This is your foundation. Next, let's move on to simple words. Words like cat, dog, house, tree. These are the building blocks of your vocabulary. Once you're comfortable with these, you can start stringing them together. That's where grammar rules and sentence structure come in. Grammar may seem daunting at first, but don't let it intimidate you. Think of it as the glue that holds the words together. It helps you say what you mean and mean what you say. Sentence structure is like the blueprint of this construction. It shows you where to place the words for them to make sense. Now, you're ready to expand your vocabulary. Learn new words every day, understand their meanings and how to use them in context. This is like adding more bricks to your construction. Finally, practice speaking and writing. This is where you really start to gain fluency. It's like painting your construction, giving it the final touch. Throughout this journey, remember, consistency is key. Practice regularly, be patient, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time to learn a language, but with these steps, you can make the process more manageable. To wrap up, let's quickly revisit the main points we've discussed. We began by acknowledging the complexity of English, a language abundant with rules and exceptions. But don't let that intimidate you. Instead, think of it as a fascinating puzzle waiting to be solved. Next, we broke down the learning process into more manageable steps. Start with the basics, the fundamental building blocks of the language. Then gradually work your way through grammar and vocabulary. Remember, it's not about rushing to the finish line, but rather understanding each piece as you go along. But the most crucial part of all? Consistency and practice. There's no magic trick to mastering English, or any language for that matter. It's about the day in, day out practice, and the willingness to make mistakes and learn from them. So don't be daunted by the challenge. With patience, perseverance, and a good strategy, you can master English. Happy learning!